Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I will be covering a puzzle genre called Country Road Puzzle. So we'll be solving two puzzles today, and both of these puzzles are constructed by Madhav Sankaranarayanan and were featured in the fifth episode of Puzzle Ramayana contest called Loops and Shading. Right, so it was an excellent contest and all the puzzles are constructed by Madhav. So I would highly recommend you to try to give the contest. The contest is actually over, but you can still download the puzzle booklet and solve the puzzles at your leisure. Very beautiful contest, very beautiful puzzles, and I really enjoyed the contest. Right, so country road puzzle in that contest was quite a tougher one. All the country road puzzles were quite tough one. That there were three country road puzzles, so we'll be solving two higher pointers, two country road puzzles of higher pointers in this video, right? And right now the sixth episode of Puzzle Ramayana is going on, constructed by puzzles are authored by Priyam Bhushan and Chandrachud Nanduri. So I would highly recommend you to give the contest. The contest is still going on and will go for 2 more days. So you can I'll add the link in the description below so you can give the contest. And now coming back to these puzzles, so before going to the puzzle, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on daily basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we will surely make a video on it. And now coming back to these puzzles, so I will explain the rules of these puzzles. You need to draw a single closed loop in the whole grid in such a way that the loop is passing through every region once, right? So every region the loop will pass once, and once the loop has entered the region, it cannot retrace back again. So which means that if I have a loop going into this region, I cannot have the loop again coming back to this region. So once the loop is gone into a region or entered a region, it will have to fulfill the rules according to the puzzle and again come outside of the region, right? Exit the region. And the number in the region indicates the number of cells used by the loop in that region, right? So if this is 2, there will be 2 cells used by the loop in that region, right? And another thing is that 2 squares, so there will be some cells in the region in the grid that will not be used by the loop, or the loop won't pass through those cells. So 2 cells, 2 adjacent cells not passed by the loop will have to be in the same region. So which means that, excuse me, so which means that just assume that a loop is passing through this 2, right? A loop is passing through this 2 and in this region, right? So you cannot have 2 adjacent cells not passed by the loop of different regions. So this is a different region and this is a different region, and both of these cells are adjacent to each other and not passed by the loop. So you cannot have that thing in this puzzle, right? So 2 adjacent squares not passed by the loop will have to be in the same region. That is what the rule says. And with that we should be able to solve this puzzle. I'll just add the surface thing as well. Yeah, so with that we should be able to start solving this puzzle. So this is the first puzzle. It was a 4-pointer puzzle, but still a tough one. And one thing that I see in this puzzle is, what I will do is I'll mark the blue cells, blue cells which will be passed by the loop, right? So all the single cell regions will have to be used by the loop, and green cells which means not used by the loop, right? So one particular logic in this particular puzzle was that one rule that you have seen is, once a loop enters a region, you cannot retrace back the loop into that region twice. So if a loop enters a region, it will have to fulfill all the rules, all the laws, and come out, and you cannot pass the loop again into that region. So a loop will have to go into a region only once, which means if you have a cross here, what happens is this cell is passed by the loop, and which means what will happen here is you will have a line this way or this way, and both the ends of the line are in the same region. So it means that you will form a closed loop already. So one logic in the country road puzzle is 2 ends of the same loop or anything, two ends of the loop, I mean to say same segment, two ends cannot be in the same region unless you have passed all the regions, which means if you have a loop end here, okay, I have a loop here and the other loop end also in the same region, which means these both will have to meet and you already form a closed loop. So two ends of the same loop segment cannot be into the same region unless you have passed all the regions, or unless you have make sure that unless you have passed all the loop segment into all the regions. So which means you need to have a loop end coming towards this end, this loop end here, this loop end here, because this cell has three adjacent squares of the same region and one adjacent square of the different region, which means that adjacent square of the different region, one end of the loop will have to come out through that, right? That is what the rule says. And so if you don't have this, again I will just brief you. So again, if you have a cross mark here, this loop will have both the loop ends into the same region and you will have a closed loop already formed, right? Because a loop can pass through a region only once. So that is what we have done here. Okay, just a second, I am sorry, this is actually very confusing. Yeah, so yeah, we have done this. Now the thing is, this cell will have to be part of the loop, right? So I will mark that with the surface here. Okay, so this is part of the loop, which means this cannot be part of the loop, because we know that the loop has to pass through two cells at a stretch. So it will either be these two cells or these two cells. So this is not a cell that is used by the loop. So which means this cell will be used by the loop, right? So now you can directly mark that line here. Okay, and if this goes up, it will have to go this way, and again the loop will close, because this loop end again will have to meet this region only. So you will have this region with two loop ends of the same loop, right? So which means this is the cross mark here and this is the blue one, right? Now we can draw the line segment here. This will go this way. Okay, I'll try not to use the surface because that will be quite confusing for us now. Okay, so these are not part of the loop. Oh, I again came into the surface thing. Okay, this is part of the loop, this is part of the loop. Next, this is also part of the loop, and again this is also part of the loop. So that this cell is also part of the loop. Minimum two cells, these two cells will have to be part of the loop. One other thing, if you see here, is okay, so one difficult logic in this puzzle was this loop end, this particular loop end will have to cannot go this way or cannot go towards the left. This loop end will surely come into this region somehow, either this way or this way or this way or any way, but it cannot go back into this cell because you will form a closed loop again, which means this loop end will come into this region. This loop end also will come into this region. So every region will have exactly two loop ends coming into it, right? Two loop ends coming into it, but not of the same loop segment unless you have passed through all of the regions. So this loop end will come into this region somehow, this loop end will come into this region somehow, and both of these loop end will meet, which means this loop end can maximum come this way, and both of these cells will not be part of the loop, right? Both of these cells, okay, let me show you that both of these cells will not be part of the loop, because this loop end cannot go up and come down again, which means both of these are crosses now, right? Okay, yeah, so which means now we can draw is this is part of the loop, right? This will come down, this is not a part of the loop, so this is again a cross here. So this is a part of the loop now, this cell, so which means it has to go this way. This is part of the loop, this is also part of the loop, it will have to go up this way. Okay, let me cross out the helper here, just these twos are fine. This is part of the loop. Okay, anything else? Part of the loop here, part of the loop, all of these are part of the loop. So solving in paper is quite easy than solving in online here, or recording this thing, because it's quite difficult. Now other thing is that this loop end cannot come this way, because then it will meet in the same region. So it will go up, this will come here, these will go up, this cannot come here because again you will form a closed loop, this will go up. So which means this is a cross here, so this will be part of the loop. This is a cross here, which means this will be a part of the loop. These both are cross here now. Okay, cross here. So all the blue cells are part of the loop, right? I can draw those. Green cells are not part of the loop, right? Yeah. This is I did a small mistake here. This can't still meet because this is part of the loop now. So this will have to go up and come this way. Yeah, and both of these cannot meet because we'll form a closed loop here. So this will go straight. Okay, this will go up. So both of no, this won't go up. Either I have done some mistake here. Quite confusing with the why have I drawn a green mark here? They can still be blue. Quite confusing this is. So yeah, this is done now. Okay, if these both meet, then both of these would be green cells which are not part of the loop. So this will go up, this will go up. Okay, this cannot come here, so this will go up. This cannot go up because both of these will be green. Again this cannot go up because both of these will be green, and two different region squares adjacent to each other cannot be green cells. Okay, so now this okay, no, yeah, so this cell cannot go towards the right because you will have three loop ends in this region. You already have these two loop ends, so which means this will be green here, and this will be this way, and 3 is already done. So this is green, it will go up, this will go up, if it goes like this it is possible, if it goes like this, yeah. So this cell, if not used, I will show you what will happen. This will go up. You need to use at least 3 cells, so you cannot go towards the right. The moment you use at least 3 cells, this loop segment will either come down or go up, and you will have 4 cells used, which means this cell will be used and 3 cells are done. Both of these are green, so this is also done. This will go up, and if this is a green, this will go up, and with that we solve this puzzle. So if you see here, I will mark all the green cells here, easy to denote the green cells here, and if you see here, none of these green cells are adjacent to each other and which are part of the different regions, right? So this is our first puzzle that we have solved. Coming on to the second puzzle here, again quite difficult to notate the green cells here, but let us see if we are able to solve this puzzle. This was a high pointer, the highest pointer in the contest, a 9 pointer puzzle, and let's see if we are able to solve this. So one reason is very easy here. This cell would have to be the green cell, because if this is a blue cell, you will have 2 cells used in this region, not 1. So this is a green cell, which means these 2 cells, so this is a green cell, this would have to be the blue cell, and you already have 1 cell used in this region, so all of these would have to be the green cells now, and all of these would have to be the blue cells, right? Blue cells. So which means this will go straight, this will come down this way. So all of these are green cells, all of these are blue cells now, right? It will come down this way, this will come down this way. This is a blue cell, okay? Okay, this is a blue cell here. Yeah, the next important thing in this region was in this puzzle was, okay, both of these are green cells, of course, so both of these are blue cells. You cannot have this as green cell, because the moment you have this as green cell, this also will be green. So in both the cases, both of these would have to be blue cells. This is a blue cell. Okay, yeah, so we have done this puzzle till this. Okay, so either this cell or this cell would have to be a green cell, because both of these cannot be blue cells. You'll have a branch here, which means this would have to be the green cell, blue cell. So one of these are green cells, so this would be blue cell, which will be part of the loop. Okay, and okay, so the one important thing in this puzzle was seeing this cell. Can this cell be a green cell? So what happens if this is a green cell? See carefully, this is a green cell, both of these would have to be blue cells, and you'll have a region that goes this way. So if it will either go down or go up, and both of these blue cells cannot be used now, which means you get a contradiction here, right? The moment you have this as a green cell, you have a contradiction here, which means this would have to be a blue cell, and there will be minimum two blue cells at a stretch. So both of these are blue cells, both of these are green cells, blue, right? Blue cells here, and which means we can mark the puzzle here now. This will go straight. Okay, blue cell here. One more thing in this puzzle was important. The important thing to notate here was this cell. Can this be a blue cell? The moment this is a blue cell, no, the moment this is a green cell here. Okay, before going into that thing, one more thing I would like to say is, seeing this, so there are two things actually, proceeding correct order wise. This two region will have a straight line. There are four ways of drawing this two region. Either the line will go this way, or this way, right? A line cannot go this way, because this loop end will come into 13, this loop end will also come into 13, and you will form a closed loop already, right? Of course. So that is one thing here. Second thing is, either it will be this way, or this way, and in all the cases, one loop end will come into 13, one loop end will go into 3 region, right? One loop end, so excluding this one, either this one loop end will go into 13, one loop end will go into 3, sorry, vice versa. If this is the region, one will go into 13, one will go into 3. If this is the line, one will go into 3, one will go into 13. So one line we are already getting from the 2, one loop end for the 13 region. The other loop end, this loop end, okay, the other loop end, we are not sure about the other loop end where it will come, but one thing to make sure is, both of these loop ends will have to meet each other, because if they don't meet, both of these will go into 13 and you'll have 3 loop ends. Not possible, right? So which means this loop end cannot go into 13. After seeing this logic, now you have to see is, can this cell be a green cell? The moment if this is a green cell, you'll have a line drawn like this, and you already have a blue cell here in this region, and you already have a blue cell here in this region, but loop is passing through this region twice now, which means this cell will not be a green cell, it will have to be a blue cell. So it will go this way. This is a green cell now, this is a blue cell, so it will go this way, right? And which means this cannot go this way, so it will have to go straight till this cell. It will go up here. So all of these are blue cells now, green cell, blue cells, okay. So now we got the second loop end meeting the 13 here, right? So which means this will have to meet this loop end somehow, okay. We are not sure how it will go. Now if you see here, this loop end will either go this way or this way, and in both the cases these cells will not be used. All of these cells are green cells now, which means this is a blue cell, all of these are blue cells now, right? So it will go this way, it will come this way, this is a blue cell, right? So yeah, it will go this way and go this way, right? So yeah, it will either go this way or this way, we are not sure of it, right? And let us see how many cells are used by the, oh, so the moment you get this as a blue cell, this cell would have to be a green cell, the opposite cell for the opposite diagonal cell. So both of these are blue cells. Now how many blue cells we have in the 13 region already? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, right? Already 11 we have, and which means this will come down. This is also a green cell now. Oh, sorry. So you have already 12, and one more cell needs to be part of the loop, that will be 13th cell, and it can only be this cell now. So all the other cells are blue cells now, green cells now, I would say. Green, 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 and which means this would be blue, this would be blue, and this would be blue here. So this is a blue already, and which means this blue pen cannot come out this way, it would have to be this cell, and all of these are green cells now. So okay, it would be this way, this is a green cell now, which means this is a blue cell, and with that we complete this puzzle. So if you see here now, we are marking all the green cells here, and none of these green cells are adjacent to any other green cell which are part of the different regions. So this is how you solve a country road puzzle. Both of these are very difficult puzzles, but really excellent construction by Madhav Sankaranarayanan. It was quite difficult for me to make, solve this puzzle using the notations that I have done here. On paper it is very easy for me to solve this puzzle, but solving it on an online basis, it's quite difficult, because making you understand how the green cells or blue cells work is a very important thing, right? So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.